The TCU Horned Frogs. They've given Oklahoma trouble while they've been in the league. They've only beat them once, but they've given them plenty of fun, entertaining football games, including the last time they played here in Norman. Remember Stephen Parker jumping up in the end zone, knocking down a 2-point conversion that would have won TCU the football game. TCU not coming off quite as good of a year last year than that year in Norman, but still a pretty solid team. We'll preview it, plus OU season ticket information. All that coming up next. By the way, the season ticket information, very important for the OU's fans. Stay tuned. Boomer Sooner 1982. We'll be right back. Welcome back to the show, everybody. My name's Harry James. Before we get to the TCU preview, we'll tell you about this. Now, as we all know, the Big 12 Conference is officially activating the Big 12 Conference Championship game this year that will be played in Jerry's World. Now, with the addition of that game, and a lot more information to be known later, the Big 12 Conference, not the university, the whole conference has decided to reevaluate the visiting team policy for home games for conference and non-conference games. At Oklahoma, what that means is they have now, I guess they haven't yet, as of Tuesday, they will release 1,000 extra regular season ticket holder seats to the masses. The sale will take place Tuesday, July 11th at 10 o'clock in the morning. There's two ways of getting your name into the pot for the 1,000 seats, and only 1,000 seats, by the way. Do it through Soonersports.com. Click on tickets and do it that way, or over the phone. If you want to do it the old-fashioned way over the phone number is 405-325-4668. Or there is a third option, and you can actually do it in person at the OU Athletic Ticket Office, which is located at the Gaylord Family Stadium. Those are the three ways of doing it: online, calling them, or personally going up there for the meeting. Now, the OU Texas tickets aren't included in that. They do, however, include bowl game and Big 12 Conference Championship game applications if Oklahoma, in this case, wins the Big 12, or one of the top two places in the Big 12. They will through them release the conference and then the bowl game invitations. So just keep that in mind, because Oklahoma could very well be involved in it. And if you get your name in the hat, there aren't that many attractive games on the schedule this year for Oklahoma. This, however, very well could be one of them. They've given Oklahoma a little trouble in the past, and that's the TCU Horned Frogs from Fort Worth, Angie Carter Stadium. The game will be played in Norman. Overall, 6-7 for the Horned Frogs last year. 4-5 last year in Big 12 play. Their bowl invitation was to the Liberty Bowl, where they played pretty well, but just not well enough to beat Georgia, where Georgia got them by a touchdown, 31-23. Georgia, 8-5 last year, finished a dead even 4-4 in the SEC East, third in their division of the SEC. The head coach of the Horned Frogs is, well, Gary Patterson. In his 16th year at TCU, and has been there since 2000, and as of right now, guys, is the longest tenured coach in the conference. In the conference, like in the conference. Helping him try to stay that way, you got to play some offense. And offensively, they have a quarterback by the name of Kenny Hill. Number 7, Kenny Hill. He'll finally be a senior this year, but in his junior campaign, threw for 3,208 yards, 17 touchdowns. However, did throw 13 interceptions last year for the Frogs offense. Trying to keep them balanced. A couple of running backs helping them. A running back helping them do that. Number 21, Kyle Hicks. 203 rushing attempts for 1,042 yards on the ground to go with 12 touchdowns. The other leading rusher on the team is the quarterback, number 7, Kenny Hill, who had 125 selfies last year, 609 on the ground yards accounting for, and also accounted for 6 more touchdowns on the ground. Well, helping Kenny Hill keep the balance and throw for 3,208 yards and trying to keep Meacham's offense in the air, if you will. No pun intended, or actually pun intended. Couple of receivers, including number 2, Taj Williams, and number 9, John Dyers. We'll start with Taj Williams. 39 receptions for the senior to go with 702 yards and 5 touchdowns for Williams. Number 9, John Dyers, also on the receiving corps, caught 33 balls last year for 442 yards and 3 touchdowns for TCU. Now, defensively, my cousin Chad has to do. They've always been well defensively. That's my cousin Chad and TCU and all of everybody like that. He's always played well defensively, and that doesn't change here. And you wouldn't think so in the Big 12, but how about 2 tacklers that last year averaged over 100 tackles all year? Well, that's what they did. Number 32, Trayvon Howard, and number 42, Ty Summers. We'll start with 32, Travis Howard, who finished with 130 tackles last year for the Frogs. Also finishing with a forced fumble. Didn't recover any fumbles, but did have an interception from the defensive back selection of TCU. Also, number 42, Ty Summers. Had 121 tackles last year. Didn't have any forced fumbles recovered, or interceptions from his linebacker role at TCU. A little bit more about the coaching staff in itself. My cousin Chad, his boss, Gary Patterson, who's a 1981 grad from Kansas State and has been at TCU since 2000. His coaching record at TCU, pretty good. averaging 149 wins to only 54 losses. That is a 73% winning clip for the Horned Frogs. To go along with that, how about a 9-6 bowl record? That is 60% almost. And conference division title. Now, division titles, which goes back into play this year, by the way, but they don't have one yet officially. But they have a chunk load of regular conference titles, including 8 of them. In the modern era in college football, since the Big 12 came into existence in 1998, TCU had one the exact next year in 1999 and got one again in 2000. Took a couple years off, but got one back again in 2002. Went back into the conference championship race and won one again in 2005. And then went back and won it in 2009. Then won, actually that time they won back to back to back. 2009, 2010, and 2011. Took a couple years off to kind of get used to playing in the Big 12, but got right back in and kicking in 2014. Now that 2014 title, they tied with the Baylor Bears of Wacko Waco. Just a little tidbit for you. So, that's a preview of TCU. And again, if you didn't hear, the Big 12 Conference has re-released each team in the Big 12, has released visitor or road tickets. So if you want to get your hands on some season tickets through Oklahoma, not through StubHub, not through anything like that, through Oklahoma, you can now do so. Again, you can do that on July the 11th. That's Tuesday. This coming up Tuesday at 10 o'clock Central Time. 3 ways of doing it. You can go through it on Soonersports.com. Click on the little tab that says Tickets and sign in that way. You can also sign in by calling the OU ticket office. That's in Norman or in Oklahoma City. That's 1-405-325-4668. Or in person at the University of Oklahoma ticket office located at Gaylord, Oklahoma Family Memorial Stadium. Each ticket, by the way, I don't know if I got into this, will include they are $455, and they are for all the home games, and then they do it that way, and then as I said before, the Big 12 Championship and bowl games are based on the allotment that are through Oklahoma. So, there is that. Alright guys, thanks for watching. It's been a blast. It's only 8 more weeks, guys. Can you hold on? 8 more weeks until Oklahoma and UTEP. Alright guys, Kansas. We'll preview Kansas next week. Yes, they actually play football in Kansas. Just ask Texas. I promise you that'll be the last time you'll hear about that from me. Well, probably not. Alright guys, thanks a lot. You can contact me through Facebook, Harry James Taylor, or tweet me at Sooner_fan_OK, or YouTube is Boomer Sooner 1982. Alright guys, thanks for watching. Love to hear from you guys. And as always, Boomer Sooner everybody. Take care. I'm out of here.